Authenticity is the currency that builds trust. But it's hard to sound authentic while saying the same things as everyone else. That's the contradiction most professionals face when building their brand. They're told to be authentic, to show up as themselves, to let their unique voice shine through. Then in the next breath, they're handed the exact same content frameworks, trending topics, and marketing formulas that everyone else is using. So, which is it? The truth is simpler than most people realize. Your authentic voice doesn't come from following someone else's playbook. It emerges naturally when you share insights rooted in your specific experiences and observations. These insights represent the real you because they're drawn from your unique combination of challenges, lessons, successes, and perspectives that no one else has lived quite the same way. Yet most professionals never tap into this gold mine sitting right between their ears. And here's what's at stake. In a world drowning in recycled advice and AI-generated content, people are desperate for something real. They're craving human connection in an increasingly disconnected landscape. They need valuable information they can trust from sources they can rely upon. When you communicate through generic best practices and borrowed frameworks, you blend into the noise. But when you share insights that only you could generate, you become impossible to ignore. Think of it like this. Imagine walking into a room where 10 people are having the exact same conversation, using the exact same talking points in the exact same tone. Now imagine one person walks in and shares a perspective drawn from lived experience, something unexpected that shifts how everyone thinks about the topic. That person commands the room, not because they're louder or flashier, but because they're offering something the others can't: genuine insight. That's the power you're leaving on the table when you default to repeating what others say. So, how do you actually do this? How do you tap into these insights and communicate them in a way that feels natural and builds your brand? Start by giving yourself permission. Your brain is already generating insights constantly, making connections between experiences, pulling lessons from conversations, forming opinions based on everything you've learned. But most professionals unconsciously suppress these thoughts because they don't fit into the prescribed format or seem too personal or feel too simple. Stop filtering. Let your mind explore what you actually think and know to be true. Next, recognize that insights get easier with practice. When you give your brain permission to generate and share insights regularly, something quite remarkable happens. It starts diving deeper, pulling from more experiences, creating richer connections. Each insight you identify and share breaks down internal barriers and opens up access to more valuable perspectives. It's a compounding effect that builds momentum over time. And here's something crucial. Use AI as a tool to extract what makes you unique, not to replace you. The professionals who win in this new landscape aren't the ones avoiding technology. They're the ones using it strategically to amplify their authentic voice. AI can help you organize your thoughts, refine your expression, and scale your output. But the raw material, those unique insights, those must come from you. And what happens when you commit to this approach? When you consistently communicate through your unique insights rather than recycled advice. You build authority because people see you're not going anywhere. Consistency signals commitment, and commitment builds trust. You create genuine connections because you're offering value that actually helps people, not just repeating what they've heard 10 times before. And perhaps most importantly, you develop a deeper understanding of your own expertise. The act of identifying and articulating your insights forces you to examine what you know, why you know it, and how it connects to everything else you've experienced. This is how you stand out in a market saturated with sameness. Your unique insights are the seed of truly authentic communication. They're already there, waiting for you to give them permission to emerge. When you build your brand on this foundation, authenticity isn't something you have to manufacture or perform. It flows naturally because you're communicating what's genuinely true to you. So be true to yourself, because authenticity emerges through unique insights, not prescribed formulas. And as always, thank you for listening. What's one insight from your experience that you've been hesitant to share publicly? How would sharing your unique perspective regularly change the way your audience perceives your expertise? I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Drop a comment below and let me know what resonates or where you're struggling to find your authentic voice. And if you're looking for help turning your expertise into insight-driven brand growth, visit remotebrand.com to discover how I can help.